Hi guys, welcome back. We've got 10 minutes talking about how you can take macro issues and microsize them so you can actually take action. So on your right, my left is the amazing Al Ramadan, co-founder of Play Bigger, the category design guru, and just all-round great mentor in life. And on my right, or your left, is Nick Strong-Svedich, who's the executive director of Save the Waves Coalition. Oh my God, royalty! You guys.
Well, we get to hang out with you. It's awesome.
It's been pretty cool. So we've got 10 minutes because people are busy. They might be on the treadmill, in the car, I don't know what, sneaking out somewhere. As directors, how do we take overwhelm of climate change, plastics, oceans, just everything that we've been bombarded with at the moment, which are just horrific messaging, and going, you know what, there's one thing I can do on a micro level to make a difference.
Yeah, I think for me, at least at a personal level, it was overwhelming what choices and where I could make investments for climate change. It's something I really care about. I care about what's going to happen for the kids. And what I found with Save the Waves was it connected with my passion, right? And so surfing is a passion of mine. Surf ecosystems, the plants, the animals, the waves, the people, they are things that I want to see protected and intact. And so that's how I got involved. Now, the benefit of that, of course, is if we are successful, Nick's set some insanely aggressive goals, 1,000 surf ecosystems protected by 2030. If we do all of that, that is going to have a very positive impact on on climate change, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, it was get something that you're passionate about, get on it, and go see if you can help that organization, which is just part of the solution to the macro.
Yeah, and it's already integrated in your daily life. I think that's the thing. People get overwhelmed by things that they can't tangibly touch. So that tangibility for you of surfing, ecosystems, and then business, though that trifecta, also your wife, she doesn't surf, but she's massively into marine conservation.
Right.
So now suddenly she has a platform.
Right. That's exactly right. And whilst I do surf, she enjoys the surf ecosystem. Don't just think of it as being someone who's a surfer, right? She will be walking along the top of the cliff, looking at the ocean, looking at the otters in our part of Santa Cruz, whales, all that sort of stuff. And so surf ecosystems have this wonderful thing. It's a place where we go hang out and feel good, right?
It's nature's playground.
Yes, it is. It's exactly right.
Yeah. And Nick, your wife's also non-for-profits. You have a very good household. And, obviously no plastic straws there. But what I want to say is kids these days are coming home from school. You've got 2 young children and they're having stress, anxiety and fear, terror from getting bombarded with, the world is melting, and these kids that are 5 and 6 are actually having nightmares about this overwhelm. So what would you say to parents that have got kids trying to navigate through these massive messages at the moment?
Well, I think about it in terms of leadership, actually. Your job as a parent is to be a leader, right? And then your job as a leader is really problem solving. It doesn't matter if you're a business or a nonprofit or whatever, you're solving a problem. And how do you do that as a leader? Is you take a big, huge problem and then you break it down into small pieces, and then you take those pieces out and assign them to either partners or people underneath you. And I think that we actually do a really bad job sometimes in the environmental movement. I'm saying this on behalf of myself, who's worked for 15 plus years in this field, in that we tend to overwhelm people with all the stuff that's happening. The ice sheet is melting, the whale is dying of plastic ingestion, the turtle died because it had the straw, that straw in the video. It's incredibly depressing. The koalas are on fire. There's all these things that aren't really defining the problem and then breaking it down to tackle it. It's just sort of catastrophizing.
You are paralyzing people.
So we need to kind of stop doing that, and we need to start breaking into bite-sized chunks that we can then tackle. And there's a lot of chunks out there, but if we can start to make it down to the manageable pieces, then we're going to make it go further. And if you can make manageable incremental changes and impact, you're going to have bit by bit by bit by bit by bit a huge impact on the whole. So I think for kids, breaking it down towards the things that we can actually do on a day-to-day basis makes them have hope.
Well, they're part of it. The thing that we were talking about before, the thing that I've loved about the last few days together is this element of energy and fun. So we're playing in the ocean where, people naturally pick up rubbish. So we want kids to have fun with these ideas and to draw paintings of the ocean and be inspired by the glory of it, not the horror of it.
Yeah, I think that's I have this funny slideshow that I've shown to Al before, and I do it with a lot of a corporate guests, right? And I go, we have bombarded you with negative scenes, like I talked about the turtle and the seal and all this stuff dying, and so I actually start out with a picture of a dad surfing with his daughter, and they both have these giant smiles on their face, and it's about enhancing what's fun and good and gives back to us rather than pumping up the negative and creating fear. We have enough fear. Everyone's scared of everything all the time. So
it's pain avoidance,
Let's talk about the things we do love.
I was going to say, the other thing that I think we find with involvement in Save the Waves is we all generally participate in the surf ecosystem together, right? And so we had a moment the other night. We were just dedicating the World Surfing Reserve here in Noosa, the 10th one, and we had a paddle out, and young Courtney Chin, who's a 14-year-old gal, got on a surfboard, paddled out into the middle of the circle, and shared the stoke and shared the excitement and shared the love of that ecosystem with everybody else, right? There's another time when I was actually out by myself and I ended up sort of drifting down the point, and I ended up running into one of the locals here. We just started talking about what's going on and everything else. It's when you're in that environment, all of the normal kind of norms that get in the way of a conversation and all that sort of stuff, they disappear. And it's like, we're just talking like people, right?
Yeah.
That's really cool. And you're doing that while you're conserving. That's a really neat thing.
Yeah, so it's conscious connection, right? So it's sharing the stoke. And it's such a weird thing because people call those, the hang loose, but that's actually what we're asking society to do is you've got to have fun again.
Yeah.
You got to get your kids not afraid of what's out there, not afraid to go out the front door, but to run around, climb a tree, discover an animal, go on the beach, get involved, get educated, and that's that fun aspect. So I think the way that you can, as an organization, take the macro level overwhelm and go, hold on a second, I'm avoiding pain, but I don't want to see anymore. I'm just going to block that feed on Facebook. What can you do that lights you up? Work with people that are really engaging, inspiring, and together, you're having fun. And it's very important that we flip it around from that horror show to this glory of, wow, look at our world, we're in it. Nobody else is going to come and change that for us. So that relationships is very important, relationships with your kids, right? So you absolutely, if you're watching this and you go, it's too much, I can't cope, then choose where you want to put your focus and find the fun in it.
I think that's right. I think the environment is fun.
Yeah.
It gives back to us. Let's embrace that, and then let's make conservation fun to add something to our life rather than it just be, as you said, avoiding something bad.
Yeah.
Let's embrace what we have and get out there and be part of it, and then make it fun for ourselves to give back and have an impact.
Yeah, and that's an energetic collective, right?
It is, yeah. And if you want to participate and want to engage, SaveTheWaves.org is the place to start. And there are many different ways you can do that.
And you do not have to be at a World Surf Heritage site. You don't have to be at a famous world surf spot. You can be in your own community, even if there's no ocean around you. But if you're passionate about the ocean or water, that's enough. Like this is the lifeblood of our whole planet. And I think if that's all that it is for you and you're involved in it, then don't apologize for that. There's always an option to get involved. So, come and hang out, stalk Nick online. If you can't get hold of Nick, Lauren will be there. I'll put all the links on. We want to encourage you to, instead of stepping away because it's overwhelming, step into stuff that lights you up, because the rewards are amazing and the people that you will meet there will make it all worthwhile. And that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us,
Wonderful
Nikki.
being here.
And you know where to find us, the Mojo Maker podcast, vitalitycoach.com.au. And if you want to find out how to connect with these guys on LinkedIn or savethewaves.org, I'll put all the links in the show. We want to inspire you to shift from fear into fantastic. So go have fun and do something you're passionate about. It's going to make the world of difference, metaphorically and physically.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thanks, Nikki.